It's like, what do you want to happen to that area? Because someone has to rebuild it. Look, absolutely, Israel shouldn't have done what they did and kill who knows how many innocent people.
Here's a video of Joe Rogan on the podcast talking about the Israel-Gaza situation. And he claimed that what Israel done is not the right thing and they should not have killed so many people. Obviously, that's part of war and that's very unfortunate. And they were describing the aftermath of Gaza. Let's see what the guest, a former CIA leader, has to say and has to answer to his thoughts on the current situation in Gaza.
It's like, what do you want to happen to that area? Because someone has to rebuild it. Look, absolutely, Israel shouldn't have done what they did and kill who knows how many innocent people and literally destroy most of the buildings there. We all can agree that's a horrible thing, but it's done. So now what?
Yeah, and we can also agree that it was not. Look, yeah, I agree. It was a very aggressive action. I would argue that the U.S. would engage in that same aggressive action if we had a proportionate, attack
from Mexico. Or something like that.
So, or Canada,
right?
Goddamn Canadians! They're plotting something. I just know it. So if so that's true. But again, it was a war that Hamas started. Right? I think you have to go back to the beginning of this one. And yes, there's fault on both sides, of course. But, Hamas now at times has been acting like the aggrieved party. Right?
It's fuck around and find out in the worst way possible.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I mean, they gave Israel the green light to just go ham. And now when you see the overhead drone footage of what Gaza looks like now, it's hard to even believe that it's real. Everything's gone.
Yeah, which is I get it. I mean, from a real estate developer's perspective, I'm sure he's seen overhead imagery.
Gonna turn it into the Mediterranean of the Middle East.
This looks like a demolition site. So let's clear it out.
The real question is, if that doesn't, then what?
Then
if
what?
you don't want that to happen, then what? If the United States doesn't take it over, or who should, and what do you do with it? And how do you get the money to rebuild it? And where does it come from? And how do you do it? Who do you bring in to rebuild it? Who governs it? How does that work? Who gets what building? How does it work?
Yeah.
It's a very complicated thing when you destroy an entire fucking city.
Yeah.
Which is see if you can find some of that overhead footage.
And when you're talking about moving out 2.3 million people to other areas.
Yeah.
But I think again the answer is that the Arab states have to take this on. Right, they finally have to address this issue. They've used some of them have used the Palestinian issue to their own devices without doing anything to the benefit of the Palestinians.
Look at this footage. This is unbelievable.
I think he educated him very, very well. He made a very factual point that if America was in the same situation, they would only attack back and they would only respond even more aggressively. And Israel is actually statistically the most careful about combatant to civilian casualties, and they try to minimize it as much as possible, even though the world tries to betray them as the genocidal side in this war. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you want to watch more videos like these, please hit the subscribe button, and if you want to support our work, please go to buymeacoffee.com/Jewish Uncensored. We'll leave the link in the description. We'll see you in the next one.